So you want to play Warzone, but this TikTok generation is slide canceling in every dang direction. Here is how you can still enjoy playing Warzone as an older gamer without relying on your reaction time. Tip number one is going to have to do with our eyes, because let's be honest, we're leaning in trying to see things. So let me show you this tip. Field of view is going to be a big factor for us as an older gamer. We're going here, we're going to go to graphics, and then we're going to go to view, and you're going to have field of view. Now, what your youngsters are going to have, they're going to have all the way to 120 view. See how far that is away from me? I can see a lot of things on the left. I can see a lot of things on the right. It definitely gives me that wide angle, but it makes things at range very small. And let's just be honest, we're older. We don't want things to be small. We want them to be larger. So if we go in here, what you want to do is go to graphics again, go to view, turn this down. You can go, some people go all the way to 90. I would recommend between 110 and 115. And look how close you are now. Very close at 90. Now it does narrow the field on the left and right, and I'll have my editor show you the difference, but here is 90. And then here is where I actually recommend, and I am 42 years old, so this works out for me. But I go to 115. So let's do that. 115. Got it. Perfect. Now look at that. I got a good left and right, and I got a good kind of happy medium, but it helps my eyes so I can see the enemy more clear. Speaking of eyes, tip number two is going to be, let's make the colors easier to see. So you're going to go back into your settings here. You're going to go down to interface, readability, and then color customization. And what you're going to do here is you have different colors for different things. I make myself a bright yellow, so it's easier for me to see and recognize on the visual. And I make my team kind of like an aquamarine blue. You can make them any color you like, whatever works best for you. But as an older gamer, I want to be able to see as best as possible. And I can go ahead and see my colors with the yellow and the blue. It just makes things a little bit easier for me. Tip number three is going to have to do with our hearing. So we're going to go ahead and go to settings, and then we're going to go to audio. Now, what really works well is a couple things. You can pay to do the enhanced headphone mode, $20, and you get a nice profile there. We can afford it. We're adults. We have big kid jobs now. Turn that on and configure it. And then I run Sucker Punch Audio. So what that does, it lets me hear enemy footsteps a little bit better, and that high dynamic range is a little bit tighter. But you know what? My hearing is not as good as it once was, and this is a great way to tune that up for me. Tip number four is going to be sensitivity with your controller. Your left, right, up, and down. Let's just be honest. Our reaction time is not what it used to be when we were 20. But as an older gamer, they give us a little bit of assistance here. So you want to go into settings again. You're going to go over to controller, and then you're going to have horizontal stick sensitivity and vertical stick sensitivity. I would recommend the older you are, the higher the numbers go. I found a nice range for a 40-year-old male at 2 horizontal and 2.1 vertical. The reason why I go vertical is because there is a lot of verticality in this game. You're going to be looking up and down a lot at enemies, and I want to go a little bit faster. So play with it, keep turning it up and down until you kind of find a happy medium on what feels good for you and what's not too out of control. But what that'll do, I know the reflex time in your hands isn't as good as it once was. This way you can go ahead and tune it, and you can keep up with those YY TikTokers. In the spirit of keeping your hands fresh, we're going to go ahead and go over to movement, and then we're going to go ahead and go to tactical sprint assist, and then show more. So what that's going to do is you're going to want tactical sprint assist on. So it's off, on, and then tactical sprint assist, because what you don't want to do is keep pushing in on your joystick to activate tac sprint. This keeps your hands fresh, keeps your hands from giving fatigue, and you have 0 sprint delay. You're going to have sprint assist sideways on and sprint assist backwards on. So then you can go ahead and you can go assist sideways, and I can go back, sideways, and then I can go back. And then I'm always running. I don't have to press an extra button. Now, I'm just saying my dexterity of my hands is still pretty good at 42, but as we age and we get a little bit older, we're going to need a little bit of that assistance, and they bake it into Warzone just by making sure that is on. Coming in at number 6, and sticking with the theme of our hands, because our hands are on our controller, we'll be doing a lot of hand movement, we want to go to slide and dive behavior. Now, you can have tap to slide, tap to dive, slide only, dive only, or hybrid. Now, the kids these days are running hybrid. So that's tap only to slide, and then tap while holding sprint to input to dive. That's not gonna work for an older gamer for us. So I run tap to slide. So what that means is I'm running, I can go ahead and tap one button and I slide like that. I don't have to hit a bunch of combinations. I take away all the guessing, and it's one touch of a button to slide around. It makes it less complicated and super easy. Coming in at number 7 is the controller you buy. You want to buy a controller with back paddles, and why you want to do that is twofold. One, because you can afford it now, you are an adult, and 2, it makes it so much easier when you can assign the buttons to the back of the controller. Then your hands don't leave the joysticks. You don't have to do all these fancy button configurations. One button to slide, one button to dive. So much easier, and you can go into the software on your PC or on your console and set it up that way. That makes it a ton easier for you to get around the map. And when you're going up against these youngsters, they can't afford a super high-end controller like you can because they get money from parents like us, and we have our own jobs, so you can spend a little extra dime and get a controller that can help you navigate the Warzone universe. Now, with tip number 8, I want to talk about how to use your wisdom. We have lived longer, we've had more life experience, so we should be able to outthink these youngsters who play this game, and we can. So what I want to do is I want to show you how you can outthink them, which is going to be anticipating where these YY, tick-tocking, slide canceling, omni movement, king and queens are going to be at. So let's take this building for instance. Anticipating. So tip number 8 is anticipating their movement. When I'm looking at this building, we have corner, we have corner, we have door, right? I understand that. I can come in the door, and I have another door over here. So if I'm trying to figure out where they're going to be, and I'm on this left side, they're always going to do that. They're going to come around here on this left side, and they're always going to slide around corner. They're never going to just peek the corner like this. That's not going to happen. They know that. So you know that. So when you're waiting and they're coming around, you want to anticipate not aiming right here. You want to aim here because they're going to, because they're going to slide out. So look where I slide. Look where I end up. I end up over here when I slide. So if I slide that far, they slide that far. So when you're aiming, aim here, do not aim there, because they're all going to be sliding, diving, doing all this omni movement. They might even jump like this and come over. So even if I jump and I come over like this, I'm right here in the middle. So knowing that, always aim here, not the corner, because nobody comes out like here. It's a rarity if you're running around chasing somebody and they come around the corner like this. So anticipating their movement, understanding where the corners are going to be, because like I said, you have more life experience. You can outthink them instead of outmaneuvering them. Tip number 9 is no more ego chows, guys. We're older gamers. So when you're in a 1 versus 3 situation, yes, if you're a youngster, YY, TikToker, 20-something-year-old, 15-something-year-old, you can handle that. But when you're in your, late 30s, into your 40s, into your 50s, it's not advisable to take on a 1v3 gunfight. If you go into a building and you see that there's multiple in there and it's a 1v3 situation, no ego, you turn around and you run as fast as you can and get back to your team. Play smarter, because you are smarter, because you've been alive longer. Let the other guys go ahead and go in and take these 1v3s while you play that support role. Number 10 is setting a trap. And what I mean by setting a trap is constantly you're going to see third parties in this game. And so what third party means is if I'm fighting in here, go ahead and reload. That's going to make noise. So if there's anybody out here, or if there's anybody out here, they're going to kind of run in here in third party, because everybody likes to third party for 3 and kill you, and then you get annoyed. But we're going to use that knowledge against them, right? Because we are smarter than them. So we're going to go ahead and bait them like this, reload, and just nobody's in here. They don't know that. So then they think they're going to come in and kill us, and we're going to wait for them to run in, and then we're going to shoot them. They think we're in the middle of a gunfight. Use your brain, set a trap, and get them to come in after you, even though there's nobody in here. I spoke about this earlier, but number 11 is play the anchor role, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's use this hill as an example. If I was playing with teammates and we knew people were in here and in here, I would go over here and lay down and let my 2 teammates run into this building and get them to run out, because as they run out, I can hold this right here and kill anybody coming out. I don't have great reaction time for every close quarter fight, Because I'm in my 40s and my core friend group is in the early 30s or early 20s. So they can go ahead and handle that, and I play the anchor role. Now, if you're playing Resurgence, it even means more, because if you're rushing a building and you die, you can't come back because you want your teammates to come back right away. So you stay out and you play the anchor role, understanding that it's going to help your teammates and it's going to help your reaction time as people are running out this door, the back door, and other doors. So tip number 11, play the anchor role. So I spoke about this earlier with the field of view tip, and this piggybacks on for tip number 12, which is going to be FOV for aim assist. Now, what I mean by that is, before I told you to run 110 to 115, there's another reason we do that, because the hitbox, there is a square around an operator's body that is called aim assist. When I'm shooting an enemy and I aim at them, I'll get dragged with them on aim assist. So the closer the player is to me, the better. We just want to make sure that you understand, with aim assist, the closer they are, the more aim assist you're going to have. Let's just be real. The higher you're up in age, the more aim assist you need. So I would highly suggest, like I said, lowering that FOV to maybe 90, 95, or 100 if you're in your 50 to 60 years old, to get that extra aim assist. Tip number 13 is make the right guns for your age. Now, I know you want the fastest killing gun, but sometimes the fastest killing gun is one of the hardest guns to control, especially if you're an older gamer. So what I highly recommend is you make a very steady Eddie low recoil AR, like I have right here. So when I am shooting here, I'll show you what the recoil is. Real simple to control. Just like, I'm not even controlling the stick. Watch. Now, seeing this, it goes straight up and to the left. Seeing that it's up and to the left, I know I can control it with my hands. So I just go ahead and look at that's me controlling the recoil. That is so easy to control in this gun, and it's one of the fastest guns to kill in the game with the Cypher 91. Now, you just want to make sure you can control it with your skill level and your age. Next, I have a sniper rifle here. So all you want to do with the sniper rifle is have a good, clear optic. You see this optic? There's nothing blinding me on the surrounding, on the circle. It's good and clear and easy to see. I can zoom in if I want to zoom in, so I can even see better for my age. So just making sure you get a good, clean optic that you can see through, that's not obstructed in any way. This SPX optic is great for all your snipers if you're really into sniping, and it has that durable zoom, so I can zoom in and see a little bit more. And as an older gamer, I appreciate it a ton. Coming in at number 14 is map knowledge, and this plays into playing smarter, not harder. So we'll take this building since we already looked at the other one. Let me close the door here. So we're going to go ahead, and what I mean by that is you want to learn what the building is like. So we have door here, window I can get through. Then we have nothing on this side, but we do have a hop up. Look, let's see if you can hop up there. Maybe not on this one. Nope. Okay, no hop up. Then you have the back door here. Then we have the ladder. So, and you can't hop up here or anything like that. So you just go around inspecting and understanding the building. So now I know exit, ladder, another door, and a window. Right, so if I come in here though, I gotta know there's a bar here, so somebody could be laying here. And then you want to go ahead and hide back here. You can hide back here and then come out the back door. So a lot of people will come out this back door and then go up on the ladder like. So what I'm trying to say is you want to study the building and understand all the hot points, because you have the wisdom. You are older. You've been playing games like Halo and other games like that for most of your life. So take what you've learned there and apply it here. You know, you try these hop ups, right? There's no hop up there, so I can't do it there. But then come over here, and what do these pads do? You just kind of figure it out, right? You want to just make sure you're looking at all possible hop ups. So I have that, and I can hop over. I probably can hop right there on that. Nope, I just get on the ladder. So yeah, just pay attention to what you're going to do on the map and which building does what. But your map knowledge and that wisdom of FPS shooters that you've played for most of your life is going to play a big role here. Number 15 is know how to rotate. So you have these zips right here. Running constantly is going to drive you crazy, and riding in the car right here is not going to be good either. So, because you're going to get shot up. So just know that these zips will save your hands, so you're not going to have to touch everything the entire time and run, and get that fatigue into zone. I can go and take the zip, and I'm already in zone right up top here, just like that. All by taking the zip from over there. So just take the zips, go faster in your rotations. Don't run up these hills and take forever unless you have to. That is going to make you fatigued. It's going to make your hands cramp. And if you're older and you might have arthritis in your hands, I don't know what you're dealing with, but that could be a possibility. So just make sure that you understand how to rotate out of those situations. Take the zips when you need to. You can buy them at the buy station as a redeployable as well, so then you can just get out of tight situations quickly. Tip number 16, and it's kind of a funny one, is don't do YY. So like this does nothing. It just looks cool. It doesn't make you faster. It adds no benefit to you in the game. So when you see these young kids running around the map hitting Y, it's actually doing nothing. It hasn't done anything in 5 years, if at all. It's been a very long time. So don't worry about doing unnecessary things that you see these young kiddos do, because honestly, that doesn't do anything. I just told you. Number 17 is make the right perk package for your age. So let's look at perk slot 1. You're going to go ahead and read a bunch of these, but I would highly recommend 2 different ones, and mainly reflexes, because at somebody of our age, you're going to want to make sure you get a nice audible. So what reflexes does is it triggers explosives, have a delay when sprinting past them. So when you run past a spring mine or anything like that, it goes off. This will have a delay, which is great. It also creates an audible warning for nearby equipment. So you get that little ding ding in your ear letting you know that, hey, I need to go ahead and be careful because that's there. And you can reset fuse timers. So I would say reflexes is a big one. And then also veteran, because a lot of these kids love to spam these gas grenades and these snapshots and these flash, and it will drive you crazy. But if you have veteran, it reduces the effect, which is great. And while aiming down sight, it reduces flinching and extends hold time durations. So I would recommend veteran in the first one. Now, number 2, you can do a couple different ones. I recommend these 2. One being sprinter. And if you have this, you don't ever have to hold down your button and go into your knife to go ahead and do sprinting the entire time. You can go ahead and it'll do it for you, which is great. But you being the anchor player, I highly recommend tracker. And what that does is it provides a nice orange outline. Your teammates can see it. You're playing anchor, you're falling back, and that gives them a way to see it. So I would say sprinter or tracker. And then lastly, ghost, because let's just be honest, we're 40 years old or up, and we don't want one of these YY TikToker crazy millennial Generation X alpha, whatever they're calling themselves, to find us and kill us. So we want to stay off the mini map as much as possible, because let's just be real, if they catch us out in the open, we're dead. Or if they catch us in a building on a more than a 1v1, we're not really having a shot. So ghost will give us a shot. It's definitely a good way of looking at it as an older gamer. Number 18, and this is just because you're an adult and you can afford it, but buy in-ear headphones. I just switched to these. It makes my hearing so much better. I feel like I'm locked in, and yes, it does kind of feel like a hearing aid, but we're getting up there in age anyway, and we're gonna head towards them. But in-ear headphones, but oh my gosh, you need to go out and you need to buy some. They are a game changer. They are comfortable. They let you hear a ton more versus over the head. And you know what? We can afford them because we're older gamers. Number 19 is build a gun with a lot of ammo, so you don't have to worry about running out. That happens a lot. So you want to go in, you want to go ahead and go all the way over to LMG, and you want to look at these LMG, the PU-21, the XMG, GMPG-7, the Fang 82. Now the Fang 82 has a lot of recoil. That's not meant for the older gamer. The XMG and the PU-21 are. I would recommend the XMG for somebody our age. So you want to go in and you want to look at the magazine. Now it comes stock with a 100-round mag, as you can see. So you can go ahead and extend that to 150. You can extend that to even 200. Now I would go ahead and do fast mag 1 to get it at 75, or just go ahead and leave it at a 100-round mag, so you could sit back and pick off everybody being the anchor player, and you're never going to run out of ammo until everybody's dead in the gunfight. And hey guys, if you like videos like this from me and you want to learn more about Warzone, go ahead and click this video right here and learn the 13 unspoken rules of Warzone. All right guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.